and they feel that science is ultimate. And if you ask any atheist that suppose there is an equipment, there is a gadget which no one in the world has ever seen, no one has heard of, and if that gadget is brought in front of this atheist and the question is asked that who will be the first person who will be able to tell you the mechanism of this gadget, the mechanism of this equipment, the atheist will reply that it will be the creator. Some may say the manufacturer, some may say the maker, some may say the inventor, some may say the producer. Whatever they say, it will be somewhat similar. Either it will be the creator, the manufacturer, the maker, it will be the inventor, it will be somewhat similar. Don't grapple with the words, just keep that answer at the back of your mind. Ask him the question that how did our universe come into existence? He will tell you that initially there was a primary nebula. Later on, there was a secondary separation. There was the Big Bang, which gave rise to galaxies, the stars, the sun, the planets, and the earth on which we live. This, they call it as the Big Bang. When we ask the atheist that when did you come to know about this creation of the universe, the Big Bang? So he will tell you, we came to know recently, 30 years back, 40 years back. I tell him that this information about the creation of the universe is mentioned in this book, the glorious Quran, 1400 years ago in a nutshell. It's mentioned in Surah Anbiya, chapter number 21, verse number 30. Avalam yaral lazina kafaru. Do not the unbelievers see? Anna samawati wal arda. Kan taratkan fastaknahuma. That the heavens and the earth, they were joined together and we clove them asunder. This Big Bang, what you're talking about, is already mentioned in the Quran 1400 years ago. Who could have mentioned this in the Quran? So he will tell you, maybe it's a flock. Don't argue with him. Continue. What is the shape of this earth? So he will tell you that previously the human beings thought that the earth on which we live is flat. It was in 1577 when Sir Francis Drake, he sailed around the earth, that he proved that the earth was spherical. What you came to know in 1577 is already mentioned in the Quran 1400 years ago in Surah Naziyat, chapter number 79, verse number 30, where it's mentioned, وَالْأَرْضَ بَعْدَ ذَلِكَ دَحَاهَا. And thereafter, we have made the earth egg-shaped. The Arabic word dahaha, one of its meaning is an expanse, and the earth is an expanse. The other meaning is derived from the Arabic word duya, which means an egg. And we know that the earth on which we live is not completely round like a ball. It is flattened from the pole and bulging from the center. It is geospherical in shape. And the Arabic word dahaha does not refer to a normal egg. It specifically refers to the egg of an ostrich. And if we analyze the shape of the egg of an ostrich, it too is geospherical in shape. Who could have mentioned 1400 years ago that the shape of the earth is geospherical? The atheist may say, maybe your Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, he was an intelligent person. Don't argue. Continue. The light of the moon, is it its own light or is it a reflected light? So the atheist will tell you, previously we thought that the light of the moon was its own light. Recently in science, 100 years back, 200 years back, 300 years back, we came to know that the light of the moon is not its own light, but it is the reflected light. Quran mentioned in Surah Furqan, chapter number 25, verse number 61. Blessed is he who has made the constellations in the sky and placed therein sun having its own light and moon having a reflection of light, having borrowed light. The Arabic word used for sun is shams. It's always described as siraj or wahaj, meaning a torch or a blazing lamp. The Arabic word used in the Quran for moon is qamar. Its light is always described as munir or nur, meaning borrowed light or a reflection of light. Nowhere does the Quran refer to the moonlight as its own light. Who could have mentioned this in the Quran 1400 years ago? The atheist Maybe after a long pause he will say, maybe your prophet, he was extra intelligent. Don't argue. Continue. When I was in school, I passed my school in 1982.